Hey guys, Tabby Toe here. I got up a little later than I wanted to, but it was about 8:15. I got down here, took my medicine, got ready, put my long sleeves on, my long pants on, my basement tennis shoes, that's what I call them, because they're my outside, working in the yard tennis shoes. But anyway, I put those on, went outside, and cut the hedge with our electric hedge trimmer. And yesterday I spent 3 hours out there doing it by hand because I didn't know where the hedge trimmer was, and I wasn't sure if my husband would let me use it or whatever. I've never used it before, so I was just cautious. But I asked him later on last night, and he said I could use it. So he charged the battery up for me, and I went out there and I figured it out. At first I couldn't figure out how to start it, but you have to mash a little button on the side while you're mashing the trigger, and then it worked. But yeah, I completely demolished those bushes out there. But they grow so crazy, and it looks like I killed them, but they're not dead, trust me. You can do anything to these bushes and they'll come back. But at least the way I did it, it will be a long time before we have to deal with them again. And I got poked a few times on both thumbs and my pointing finger, and it hurts, but luckily I don't think I have any thorns in my finger. It's just poked me through my gloves, and I need better gloves apparently. I learned that lesson the hard way. But I went out there, I came to the kitchen before I went outside, and I got my Alani here. That thing right there, I drank half of it and put it back. And then I came over here, and the kitty is in here, and I ate one of these before I went outside, and there's 4 in a pack. And these are the ones that I wanted to try at the Little Debbie store that day, but we were going out to eat, and I didn't want them to melt in the cart or whatever, so I just bought them at the grocery store. But we are going to go back to the Little Debbie store later on, because they're cheaper there, way cheaper. Anyways, these are really good. They melt in your mouth. And they have little dots, just like the brownies. And I didn't ever say anything about the brownies, but I love the cosmic brownies as well. And I don't let myself eat Little Debbie's that often, but I thought I'd splurge and get me a little treat. But yeah, these are good. But this is what I'm eating. I'm going to put it in a tortilla and eat with the rest of my chips. And I'm going to add some Kobe Jack and some Pace. And I think Pace is the best salsa. I don't care who you are, that's some good stuff. But yeah, it's my leftovers, corn and my beans from that restaurant on Sunday. It'll probably mess my belly up, but I'm still going to eat it because I'm hungry. And of course my H2O, so that's all I have, because I didn't let myself buy any 2 liters. I just told myself whenever we go out to eat on the weekends, I'll get me a Coke Zero, or when we go to church, because the bistro has 12-ounce drinks they have drinks you can buy there, and food and donuts. And also, my church is cool, and I made a small short video. I gotta post it in a few days, but of me standing in line at the bistro. But it's really cool though. My church is really different than your average I can't speak sometimes, Baptist church. And it don't have Baptist in the name, and I've already said that before. But they go and pick up Jack's. It's a southern fast food place. I've never ate there other than at church. And it's not the greatest biscuits, but still, it's biscuits. You can just go grab it, and you can eat it before church, or you can take it into the auditorium, but it's more decent to eat outside, and they have a bunch of tables and chairs you can sit at. But yeah. And I'm going to show you outside what I did. And don't judge me. I'm just a housewife that, I wanted it done my way. And sometimes you just gotta do it yourself to make it look better than, you know. And I know that looks so much like poison oak or poison ivy, whichever one. And cross your fingers, guys. If I can cross my little fingers, that I don't get poison oak or poison ivy, because I was awfully close to those little leaves that look like it. I didn't touch them, but I was close. And my shoes, I didn't touch my shoes when I took them off, but I did probably step on them when I was trimming the hedge. But I'll go out there and show you what I did. Also changed our door thing, because it's almost Tennessee football time. I did it a little early, but it's alright. See, I demolished the bushes. But yeah, they look better than they did. We got a lot going on today, so I gotta go in here and scarf my lunch down, because my husband, last night, we have a little night light we keep in the bathroom so we can see whenever we have to get up at night and go to the bathroom, you know, and because we're getting old. But anyways, it's just for emergencies when you don't want to trip over the cat or trip over something. And it's just a little Dollar Tree light, and I've had it for years, but it works, and I just replaced the little light bulbs. But anyways, I went to go turn it on, I'm getting ready for bed, and it wouldn't come on. And I was like, alright, I'll go change the light bulb. Well, it wasn't the light bulb. So then I was like, alright, let me go get the other little night light that I keep in the office for whenever my niece and nephew spend the night, which is rarely. But anyway, I got a little Minion night light in there. I got it at the Dollar Tree as well. But I plugged that one in and it wouldn't work. So then I threw my first one, the night light that I leave in the bathroom all the time, I threw it away. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if the plug-in out in the hall, which is right on the other side of the wall, will work with this night light, with a Minion night light, and it did. So I was like, you know what? So I just had changed the trash bag, so there wasn't nothing in it. So don't think I'm gross for digging in the trash. I dug that little night light out and I put it in the hallway, and it worked. But then this morning when I got up, I went to go turn off the switch, to off, and it wouldn't turn off. It just stayed on. So I'm like, what is going on? But anyways, my husband texted me right before I went outside this morning. He said that he called an electrician, and they're supposed to be here between 1 to 6 o'clock, and you know how that goes. So it's just a waiting game for a stranger to show up to see if they can fix the problem. But that's their profession, so they should be able to. I just hope they show up after my husband gets here, because I'm kind of scared. But that's just a housewife for you. But anyways, and I've also been really thinking, because my church, they have these life groups, and I've talked about them before, and I was negative, and I feel bad about that, and I shouldn't have been so negative. That's just how I felt at the time, though. I felt like they made you sit at a certain table, and I didn't really like that. But I thought they have different life groups, and they have them for just women only. And here lately, I've just been really lonely. I feel lonely. And I mean, to be honest, like 95% of the time, and I know that's a high number, but I'm just speaking the truth. 95% of the time, I'm alone. I'm by myself. And honestly, ever since my parents got separated when I was 15, and I lived with my mom at the duplex, she worked swing shift at M&M Mars, and I was left alone by myself 95% of the time. So that's why when I was 15 years old, I had 2 jobs, because I didn't have nothing else to do. And I was homeschooled, and I would get my schoolwork done I'd wake up at 6 o'clock or 7, and I'd be done by almost 10. So I either played video games, like my little PlayStation 1. I miss that so much. And I defeated the Nightmare Before Christmas game, and that was the first time I ever defeated a game like completely. And I missed that game so much. Like, I wanted to play it, but you can't find it anywhere, and it's going to be hundreds of dollars just because it's old now. But yeah, that's the first game I defeated. And then the Sega, I still have a Sega. It's my husband's. But the game, Aladdin, was mine. It was actually my cousin's. But when she passed away, her parents gave me some of her games, and I was able to keep that one. And I used to play it all the time when I was a little kid. I remember being at my other cousin's house and playing it all the time. But anyways, I beat that game too. It took me 3 solid months of trying, because I got at the very end level, and I would always die. So yeah, hopefully I can say that on here. I don't know if I can say that word or not. YouTube's weird about certain words. But anyways, yeah, that's also a game I defeated, and I felt good about myself. And I was like, yeah, you're 30. At the time, I was 38 years old. Wait, I am 38 years old. I guess I was 37 because it was last year. And you just defeated a kid's game. But I guess it was really a teenager's game. But anyway, I still felt good about myself. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat. And I gotta put these dishes up that I washed last night. And that chicken pot pie turned out perfect. And I really want y'all to go try it. It's a simple recipe. It's simple. And it's just really good. And just go look at that YouTube video of mine and get the recipe and go make it. You won't regret it. It's really good. My husband's actually eating the leftovers tonight for supper. Or today for supper. But anyways, I'm going to eat more of this for supper. So yeah, my belly's going to really not like me. But I'm doing it anyway because I don't want to waste food. But yeah, I got to put all these dishes up. And my Pioneer woman, I guess you can tell, I bought all of her stuff. But that's the last pan I have other than that other little pan, because they don't last long. The quality of her pots and pans don't last long, which I know I constantly cook, and they barely lasted a year. So that's what my husband bought me for Christmas, was more, but it was a different brand of pots and pans. But anyways, that's what I'm going to eat, and I bet it's cold now, so I'll probably have to pop it in the microwave again. But it's all good. Oh yeah, back to being lonely or feeling lonely. So my church has those life groups. And I've just been thinking, and I don't know if it's the Lord telling me to do it or if it's just me. But that's the only way, like, I'll find friends. Which my problem is I'm 39 years old. I'm married with no kids. I love, cartoons and anime, and I'm just myself. I don't wear makeup. I'm a tomboy, and I'm just weird. I mean, I've been called strange and weird, and I'll call myself that because I'm different, and it's okay to be different. And that's my biggest thing, is I'm just awkward because I'm not good with like social situations, and I just don't feel like I'll fit in. And that's why I never really liked Life Group, or I didn't really care about it. But I just thought this is probably my only chance to really make friends, because I know my husband gets tired of me because he's my only friend. I mean, I've got Brad, but that's really his friend, so it don't really count. But I don't know. I just wish there was a girl my age out there that I could just hang out with whenever I wanted to, and that had time to hang out. And I know almost everybody my age has children, so that's just impossible. I'm just reaching for hope that there's somebody out there like me. But anyways, I seriously thought about either calling church, because I know they're like a secretary or whatever, or just saying, like, looking it up and then trying to get information about the women's study group, because I also feel like I need to focus like on God and trying to learn more. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but the fact that I've been going to my church for 16 years, I don't know if it's just the stubbornness in me, which I shouldn't have that. But I mean, I was saved when I was 14. In my bedroom, I knew I was going to hell, that I was a sinner, and I asked God to save me. And I'm trying not to cry. And that's another thing with me, like, I can't really talk without wanting to cry sometimes, especially about serious stuff or about God. But anyways, I just want to be a better person. And I want to be a better Christian, and the only way I could do that is to be around other Christians and people, and I just want to feel something. The kitty hates when I cry. It like scares her. Look at her. She don't want to look at me now. But anyways, yeah, I'm crying. I want to feel something, and I feel bad for stuff I've done, stuff I've said to people, and I just want to be better. And I know I shouldn't touch my face or even cry, but sometimes you got to. But I'm just being real on here, and I don't care if you judge me or talk about how ugly I am when I cry. I just want to be who God wants me to be. And I used to be that way when I was a teenager. But I gotta make something happen. I'm just too lonely. I told you I could cry easy. I can't help it. I'm tender-hearted. I always have been. I just feel like I'm wasting. I'm like living for myself, and I shouldn't do that. I'm just wasting away in this house. I'm just living for the weekends. And I want to be more involved. And I tried to, volunteer at my local animal shelter, but it was just too bad. Like, I can't even talk about it on here. Like, all I can say is Tennessee animal shelters need help. Like, you see these videos or, YouTube of these shelters and these people going in and sitting with the dogs and trying to help them. But the shelter I went to don't have that option. They don't have fancy areas where you can sit with them. It's just full of poop and barking dogs and kennels and outside, and they're just standing in mud, and it's just horrible. And I wanted to report it, but my mom was like, well, at least they're not starving on the street. So I was like, yeah, that's true. But I mean, the governors or whatever, somebody or the mayor of my town needs to step up and do something, because it's horrible. But I mean, at least they don't put the dogs down if they don't get adopted. And I feel bad for just, I only stayed like an hour, and it was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. It was just nasty and not really good management. Like, it was chaotic, and I was just like, this ain't gonna work out. So I just left. And I feel bad about that, but that's just what I did. I mean, I had to. I didn't feel right. So, yeah. But maybe I could do something else. I mean, sometimes I'll go out and I'll just pick up trash on the side of the road in my area. Because people are so trashy up and down this road. They just throw out trash, and you're not supposed to. But they do it anyway because people don't care. But anyways, that's me just being real. But y'all have a good day. I'm going to go warm up my food again and try to eat it. And I'll let you know like how things go if I actually go through with it. Because I'm shy and I don't know what to do. I'm awkward, and I don't know if it'll work out. I'm sure all the spots probably already filled anyway. Because like I said, my church is big, and they only have so many groups and so many spots. But maybe I could still do something and be more involved with something. But y'all have a good day. I'm going to go chill, sit down and rest. That way I can clean up my kitchen before that man gets here. But I'm just being real, guys, and I'm sorry if you don't like me talking about God, but that's just what I'm going to do, because I'm not ashamed. You're not supposed to be ashamed of the Lord, and I'm not. I'm not perfect. I fall short. I judge people. I talk about people. I'll just be honest. That's stuff I need to work on. Sometimes I cuss, and I shouldn't do that. But sometimes it happens, because nobody's perfect. And I'm just going to work on myself. And I'm almost finished with the little illustrated Bible my dad got me when I was a teenager. And I've said that for a month now, but I've stopped reading. So last night I sat at the table for a good 30 minutes, and I read until I got to Galatians. So I've only got a little bit left, but I'll show y'all. See? I got this at my old church. Happy birthday. But anyways, this is just how much I got left. And then I'm going to read this book. And I just want to get closer to the Lord. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. The worldly stuff, it's just going to fade away. And it don't matter. I just want to be the person God wants me to be. And I want to strive to do it. Be that person. And do what He wants. And finally feel something. Because it's been years since I've felt something. And I've just been so negative about that church. Like the music. And I should just get over it. I mean, I've got my earplugs. I'll live. You know. Like my preacher, like he even says, you know, get over yourself. Quit being so negative. And just, you know. So, I'm going to try, guys. And the Lord loves you. If you don't know the Lord, He loves you. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in Him should not perish but have everlasting life." And that means He loves you, that He died for you. He died for your sins, and it don't matter what you've done in the world, how bad you've been. He will forgive you, and He loves you. And He wants you to go to heaven when He comes back. And the world's getting so bad, and I just feel like it's getting nearer. It's going to be soon, guys. You got to be ready. And thanks for watching and giving me support, and I love y'all, and have a good day.